Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
You need to start from privileged access workflow. In privileged access workflow, the last policy is like the require a user to specify region for access. Basically, this policy is active. Click on Edit Settings. But you are getting only click on Cancel. In case, if you activate this policy here, it will be applicable for all platforms and also it will be applicable for both. And copy password and also for connect also. But in your lab it is not giving that region text box if you click on connect button. I will check that setting somewhere else in options. We need to enable that set. We'll go to about policy low EPV transparent connection. In case if this policy is inactive, then you are unable to connect to any target missions. By default, this policy should be active for all the platforms. Above you have empower one-time password access. In case if you activate this policy whenever that user has access to any account and go to your second tab on the Chrome. Go to administration options, platform management, select that second platform domain account, edit. Expand automatic password management, select the privileged account management. Here you can see one parameter minimum validity period 60. First one on the hand side. By default it is 60 minutes. In case if you activate POPASI one-time password policy after every 60 minutes. In case if any user connected to any target account after every 60 minutes, that session will be disconnected automatically. That password will be rotated by the CPM. In case if you have a requirement like you need to change, this means you have a requirement like you need to activate the one-time password policy. But that sessions will be for 6 hours or 8 hours. Then you need to change the value here like 3D60 or for 8 after 6 hours in case. If that user is still in the session, then the session will be disconnected and the password will be rotated by the CPM. In case, if that user has disconnected before 6 hours, like he did some activities in the session for 1 hour and he disconnected from the session and he released the lock, then immediately CPM will rotate the password. Basically, one-time password policy means whenever. If any user uses any account once he disconnected from the session, immediately that password will be rotated. And next table, you have enforced checking, check out exclusive access. Do one thing, just click on add exception. Select a platform domain account platform. Next active, select active finish. Now duplicate this tab. Go to account. Go into that user2 account. Now click on Show button. Now refresh this page. Now see the status. It was locked by the viewer and administrator. Who has retrieved or who has connected to this account? That account will be locked with that specific username. No other person can able to access this account in case you have to activate that and enforce check-in. Check out exclusive access policy. What we did, we have activated only for one platform. In case if you activate globally, it will be applicable for all the platforms. In case if you have disconnected from the session, also this account will be locked with your name. No other person will be able to connect to this account before releasing this account by you. If you want to release the account using this release button on this platform, both one-time password and check-in, check-out exclusive policy, both need to be enabled. Then only we can release that password. Go to Platforms, duplicate this tab. Go to Platforms. Select that platform domain account edit. Expand automatic password management and select password change. Password change. Here allow manual change equal to no, periodic change equal to no. Now go to your third tab and try to release that account. Click on Release button here. It got released. Go back to second tab. Here we have one parameter, allow manual change. In case if allow manual change equal to S, then we can't release the account. No, not that case. Also, I think in your products and environment, you are trying to release the account which was locked by some other user. Do one thing. We'll clarify that. Go to your third tab. Again, click on Show button. This is in Safe 1. Just go to Policies. Go to First tab. Select Access Control Safes. Select the safe one and see who are all having access to the same members. User 1 is having access. Apart from administrator, but user 1 is not having the release. Now click on user 1 and provide that tab. Unlock permission. Expand account management. Select unlock accounts, last option. Now open incognito and log in with user 1 and try to unlock that account. Just to give blank search, on the hand side top you have a magnifier enter, hit enter. Now select the checkbox user 2 and go to manage release. User 2. If you log in with user 1 also, user 1 is having unlocked permission and at platform level, allow manual change equal to no. In case, if that allow manual change equal to no, then we can able to release the log if you have the release permission on the safe level. In case, if you have unlocked permission at safe level also, but at platform level, allow manual change equal to S. Then, if you click on that direct release button, that will not be released. You need to click on edit and go to advanced options and click on release. Then only that account will be released. In case, if you activate this policy at the master policy level, it will be applicable for all the platforms. But what we did at master policy level, it is inactive, but we have added one platform as an exception and we have activated that policy only for that particular platform. Rather than making it as an inactive, just click on Remove Exception. That account was not locked with a hit or a hit in case that user is accessing that account. In case if you activate this policy, then only that account will be locked whenever that end user accesses that account. For example, you have one server XG. Inside that server, you have ABC account, and you as a cyber administrator, you have onboarded that ABC account into cyber, and you have provided access to some users for that same account. User 1 are logged into that account to that server. At the same time, user 2 also try to log into that server. Then user 1 session will be disconnected and user 1 will log into that server. To avoid such kind of scenarios, we need to activate this explosive check-in, check-out policy. Whenever if user 1 connected to that server, that account will be locked with user 1 name. In case if user 2 tried to connect to that server, he will get an error message like already this object is locked by an username. In case this exclusive check-in check-out policy was activated. And whenever that end user has disconnected from the session, that account will be automatically released by the PSM from version 11.6 onwards. From 11.6 onwards. Whenever if you create a safe PSM users, one group is there, that group will be automatically added to the safe. From 12.6 onwards, that PSM users group will be added on the safe with unlock permission. Whenever if you create any safe, that group was added automatically. And if the end user disconnected from the session, that group will take care of relaying the session automatically. If you release the lock, it was a religion from the CyberArk itself. That's it. Sessions will not be disconnected. In case if any other person tried to connect to the same account, then the existing session will be disconnected for the other user. After releasing, if you connected to the same account, then only that existing session will be disconnected. To make sure, go to your accounts. Second tab, third tab. Third one, click on activities. Don't display last file. Unselect that. Here you can see PSM Connect window, title PSM Disconnect file. Whenever if that end user disconnected from the session, you will get an activity kind of thing like a PSM disconnect, not PSM disconnect, just PSM disconnect. You can see this activity PSM disconnect, and then you can release that account if you have unlock permission on the safe, and then you can access the same account in case if you want. See here two options. That user need to log out from the session. In case if that user has logged out, then the existing applications which was opened in that session will be closed automatically, rather than log out in case. If that user closed the RDP session directly, then the existing application will be available in the server and the next user, whoever logged into that server using same account, then he will be able to see the existing applications or sessions. Always we will educate or we will recommend end users to sign out of the session whenever they have completed their activity. Sign out is the best practice. Wherever there is a log off button, you just do that and log out. In case if there's clicked on sign out or log out, that is the best practice, and all the existing sessions will be means all the existing applications will be closed automatically. And the next user will not be able to see any opened application. In companies, we have a group policy. If you connected to any server maximum some 1 hour or 2 hours, as per security policies, that session will be disconnected automatically. Even though if you connect it through CyberArk or outside CyberArk, that sessions will be just only for specific time period. That group policy restriction will be happening at domain. All the target servers are connected to some domain, that company domain group policy will be reflected to the target servers. If you connect it through CyberArk also, whenever that time period has gone, immediately session will be disconnected. After the installation of the PSM, we will disable that screen server, all those stuff. We will put an ideal timeout period, never all those kind of settings in our PSM. But we can't restrict that domain level group policy on the target servers. Those policies were not applied, then no issue. That session will be still available. Means the recording will be happen continuously. Okay? But there is one security policy which says, like inactivity, something like that. Inactivity limit. I think this is the one. Interactive logon machine inactivity limit. Locking the screen not in force. This is different. This is sometimes even if you connect through CyberArk. Also sometimes in case if you keep that session ideal for 10 minutes or 50 minutes, and again if you maximize that RDP, you will see some password prompt screen. This policy is related to that, but we are discussing different policies. We'll go to the last master policy. This is important dual control. For example, you have a requirement like whenever, for example, you have some 3 levels of administrators in your UNIX team, or you will have L1, L2, L3. Whenever a member wants to access any account, he can able to access only after his manager or team lead approval. If you have such kind of requirement, then we need to activate dual control for that specific platform. Now click on Add Exception. Below we can ignore also require multi-passwordizers. We can ignore Finish. Click on Finish. A number of confirmers are required to authorize request 1, 2, 3. 1 is enough. Just we test this. Now go to your incognito tab. Refresh this page. This is it. Give blank search and see that the user 1 or 2. User Before user 2, you can see one log symbol. Just put your cursor on the log symbol. It is saying a request is required. Whenever that the end user wants to connect to the second, first he need to raise a request. Once that request is approved, then only he will be able to connect to the target mission. Just click on Connect button. It will give one dialog box. Here you need to provide all the details why you want to connect to this server. Just give test and the below access required time frame from what hours to whatever. You have a checkbox here. Within this time frame, if you want to access multiple times, you need to select that checkbox. Multiple access is required during this period. Just put the time period 9:30 am. 8 am is also. And change that 8:09 to 0.8. And 8 am again. Scroll up and select AM. Here remote messenger just given 1.3 or something. This is a domain account. Using this account, you can connect to 1.3. I'll just make it 3. Click on. In case if you have a one more field here, go to the other tab. I will tell you. Other from the browser. Go to accounts. This is the user tool. Click on edit. Here you have a limit domain access to checkboxes there. In case if you check this box and if you provide any machine names while sending the request, that end user will be able to select any of these machines, whatever details you have entered here. That will be available in the drop down, and that end user will be able to select these machines. In case if you provide the element domain access to checkbox and enter any server names, then you will get the same kind of thing for Windows also. Click on connect. Now what we did, we have raised a request using user tool login. Now go to accounts, incoming request, go to incoming request. See here one request is pending for approval. Here we have all the details. Don't click on confirm again. Now just observe all the details. What are all the details we need to check before confirming the request? Request username account, username address, time frame permission on singular multiple region. All these details this approver need to review, and then only he can, and then only he need to approve this request. How means at what level we need to define approvers? How administrator is able to approve this request? At what kind of permission is having to approve this request? Means go to your first tab. Safe level. Access control no, first tab is fine. Access control in this tab only. Safe one, select safe one. Min. Unselect the checkbox, hide predefined users and groups. Below you have one, sorry. Now click on administrator account, first one. Here you can see for administrator, full privileges are there. In case if any user need want to approve the other user request, then he should be having this workflow permission. Authorized account request level 1. In case if you provide this access, if without confirmation checkbox, even though that dual control is enabled on the platform level, whenever administrator tried to connect to any account which were onboarded in this platform, he that administrator account. No need to get any approval directly, he can access that. In case if you didn't get just approve the request, I will tell you. Go to your third tab. Just click on confirm. Region test confirm. Now go to the incognito tab. Now refresh here. Now you can see some lock symbol, key symbol. And if you click on connect it, one RDP file will be downloaded. The request to retrieve the object was confirmed. Now go back to the first tab and go to target tab, accounts tab. Go to accounts again. Accounts class. We have activated dual control on platform domain account. Means user to account. But if you log in with administrator, account administrator, no need to get any approval. Directly administrator can able to access the user to account, because administrator is having access safe without confirmation permission at safe level. In case If you provide that permission at safe level, even though that the dual control policy has applied on the platform, it will not ask any approvals for that particular user. Directly that user can able to access the account. See, now you have logged in with administrator. If you click on connect button here, just on the user to account, go into that account and click on connect. It will not ask for all the details directly, it will be able to connect. Here not all the privileges. You have enabled, click on cancel. You have enabled dual control policy for that platform. And on the safe level, you have access safe without confirmation permission. In case if this permission is not there, then in case if you want to connect to that account using administrator login, also it will prompt for approval. During a safe permissions, I told you I will cover this workflow. Whenever if I cover master policies. Now we have an example. We have covered. That's all about the master policy. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.